The highly anticipated debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump was not just a typical political encounter. This face-off represented a key moment in the 2024 election, a clash between two vastly different visions for America's future. As Trump, the formidable Republican candidate, takes on the Democratic Party's new leader, Harris, the stakes have never been higher. For Harris, this debate was a chance to present herself as a leader who could bring change and renewal after President Joe Biden's underwhelming tenure. However, facing Trump, a seasoned debater known for his boldness, charisma, and refusal to conform to political norms, she had a formidable challenge ahead. For Trump supporters, this debate wasn't just about rehashing old policies, but about defending the core values of American strength, economic freedom, and national sovereignty, which they argue were compromised during Biden's presidency. This video explores the critical issues surrounding this debate, the strategies used by both candidates, and provides a pro-Trump perspective on how the former president fared in this key moment of the 2024 election. Donald Trump, a candidate for the people. Since his entrance into politics, Donald Trump has always positioned himself as an outsider, a businessman who understands the concerns of ordinary Americans. His 2016 campaign was built on the promise to drain the swamp, protect the middle class, and restore American greatness. Despite facing unprecedented challenges during his presidency, including a global pandemic and constant attacks from political opponents, Trump managed to fulfill many of his promises. His leadership saw economic prosperity, job growth, and tax cuts that benefited working-class Americans and small businesses alike. Now in 2024, Trump is back, determined to build on the achievements of his first term and finish what he started. For his supporters, Trump represents strength, determination, and the willingness to stand up for American values. In contrast, Kamala Harris is viewed as a continuation of the Biden administration's policies, which Trump's base believes have led to higher inflation, economic struggles, and an erosion of individual freedoms. The challenges facing Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris's path to the presidency has been a rocky one. After Biden's widely criticized debate performance earlier in the campaign season, which led him to withdraw from the race, Harris was thrust into the spotlight as the Democratic Party's nominee. While some within her party celebrated her rise, others questioned her political acumen and readiness to face Trump, a man who has weathered countless political storms and still commands a loyal following. Harris's tenure as vice president has been marked by inconsistent messaging and criticisms of her handling of key issues like immigration and the economy. Trump supporters argue that she lacks the bold leadership necessary to steer the country out of its current challenges and believe she is more focused on identity politics than on the pressing concerns of everyday Americans. As a result, this debate was seen as a critical opportunity for Harris to prove that she could stand up to Trump and present a coherent vision for America's future. Trump's strategy. A defender of the American dream. Heading into the debate, Trump's strategy was clear. Remind voters of the successes of his first term and draw a sharp contrast between his record and the policies of the Biden-Harris administration. Trump's messaging has always resonated with working-class Americans who feel left behind by globalism and unchecked immigration. His America First policies, such as renegotiating trade deals, securing the southern border, and revitalizing American manufacturing, were popular with a broad swath of the electorate, and he used the debate stage to emphasize these successes. Unlike Harris, who has often been criticized for appearing scripted or overly rehearsed, Trump's natural charisma and ability to speak directly to voters' concerns has always been one of his greatest strengths. During the debate, Trump focused on real-world issues that matter to voters: rising inflation, the cost of living, and national security. His goal was simple: remind voters of the economic stability and national pride that defined his administration and contrast it with the perceived failures of the Biden-Harris administration. Key moments. Trump's strongest points. During the debate, Trump delivered several key moments that resonated strongly with his supporters. Economic policy. Trump reminded voters of the booming economy before the pandemic, emphasizing his tax cuts, deregulation efforts, and job creation for the middle class. He highlighted the contrast between the economic prosperity of his administration and the inflationary pressures that have defined the Biden-Harris years. Trump's supporters point to his handling of the economy as one of the key reasons to return him to the White House, and his debate performance underscored this strength. Immigration. Trump reiterated his strong stance on border security, contrasting his administration's efforts to build the wall and enforce immigration laws with what he called the open border policies of the Biden-Harris team. For many Americans concerned about unchecked immigration and its impact on jobs and security, Trump's tough rhetoric on this issue remains a major point of appeal. Law and order. One of the defining themes of Trump's first presidency was his commitment to law and order. During the debate, he once again positioned himself as the candidate who would protect Americans from rising crime, support law enforcement, and restore safety in cities facing unrest. Trump criticized Harris for what he described as weak leadership on criminal justice issues, arguing that her policies have emboldened criminals and contributed to rising crime rates in major cities. National sovereignty. Trump's message of putting America first has always resonated with voters who are tired of seeing the United States prioritize foreign interests over its own citizens. He pointed to his efforts to withdraw from costly foreign wars, reduce dependence on foreign oil, and renegotiate unfair trade deals as evidence of his commitment to defending American interests. Harris's struggles. A tough night for the vice president. While Harris attempted to present herself as a candidate of generational change, her performance was not without its struggles. Trump's ability to control the narrative and his command of the stage often left Harris on the defensive. On economic issues, Harris struggled to provide a compelling counterargument to Trump's record, as many voters continue to feel the financial strain of rising costs. Her attempts to link Trump's policies to current economic challenges fell flat with voters who still remember the prosperity of the pre-pandemic era. Additionally, Harris's position as part of the current administration proved to be a significant liability. Trump repeatedly hammered her on the failures of Bidenomics, calling attention to the high cost of groceries, gasoline, and housing that many Americans have faced under the Biden administration. Trump's sharp criticisms left Harris with little room to distinguish herself from Biden's policies, making it difficult for her to craft a narrative of renewal. Post-debate recap. Trump's commanding performance. Following the debate, political analysts and commentators widely agreed that Trump had the upper hand. His performance showcased his ability to cut through the noise and speak directly to the concerns of average Americans. For Trump's base, this was the kind of leadership they had missed during Biden's presidency. Direct, unapologetic, and focused on delivering results. Harris, while maintaining her composure, struggled to make a compelling case for why voters should trust her to lead the country out of its current challenges. Trump's focus on the economy, immigration, and law and order resonated with voters who are increasingly concerned about the direction of the country. Polling conducted immediately after the debate showed a boost for Trump, particularly among independent voters and those in key battleground states. His ability to highlight the stark differences between his policies and those of the Biden-Harris administration solidified his position as the candidate best equipped to restore stability, security, and prosperity. Trump on the path to victory. The debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump underscored the clear contrast between the two candidates. Trump, a seasoned political fighter, used the stage to remind voters of his record and present himself as the candidate who can deliver real change. His message of economic growth, national security, and law and order resonated with voters who are eager for a return to the stability and prosperity of his first term. While Harris attempted to distance herself from the current administration's failures, she struggled to overcome the baggage of Biden's policies. Trump's commanding performance, coupled with his ability to speak directly to the concerns of average Americans, has put him on a strong path toward victory in 2024. If you enjoyed this video on analysis, be sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth political coverage and updates on the 2024 election. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay informed about the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.